Leo XIV General Audience. This took place in St. Peter's Square on Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. This is part of his Catechesis cycle, Jubilee 2025, Jesus Christ Our Hope. This is the fourth part of that catechesis, the resurrection of Christ and the challenge of the contemporary world, and this is the fifth in that section, Eastern spirituality and integral ecology. Dear brothers and sisters, good morning and welcome. We are reflecting in this Jubilee year dedicated to hope on the relationship between the resurrection of Christ and the challenges of the contemporary world, that is, our challenges. At times, Jesus, the living one, wants to ask us too, why do you weep? Who do you seek? Indeed, challenges cannot be faced alone, and tears are a gift of life when they purify our eyes, and liberate our gaze. John the Evangelist draws to our attention a detail that we do not find in the other Gospels, weeping near the empty tomb. Mary Magdalene did not immediately recognize the risen Jesus, but thought he was a gardener. Indeed, already narrating the burial of Jesus at sunset on Good Friday, the text was very precise. Quote, "Now in the place where he was crucified there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb where no one had ever been laid. So because of the Jewish day of preparation, as the tomb was close at hand, they laid Jesus there." End quote. This is from John 19:40-41. Thus, in the peace of the Sabbath and the beauty of a garden, the dramatic struggle between darkness and light that began with the betrayal, arrest, abandonment, condemnation, humiliation, and killing of the Son, who, quote, having loved his own who were in the world, loved them to the end, end quotes. There's quoting John 13:1, comes to a close. Cultivating and keeping the garden is the original task. He's referencing Genesis 2:15, that Jesus brought to fulfillment. His last words on the cross, quote, "It is finished," end quotes. So he's referencing John 19:30, invite each of us to rediscover the same task, our task. For this reason, quote, "He bowed his head and gave up his spirit," end quotes. That's from John 19:30. Dear brothers and sisters, Mary Magdalene was not entirely mistaken then, believing she had encountered the gardener. Indeed, she had to hear her own name again and understand her task from the new man, capital M man, the one who is in another text of John says, quote, "Behold, I make all things new," end quotes. This is from Revelation 21:5. Pope Francis, with the encyclical Laudato Si, showed us the extreme need for a contemplative gaze. If he is not the custodian of the garden, the human being becomes its destroyer. Christian hope, therefore, responds to the challenges to which all humanity is exposed today by dwelling in the garden where the crucified one was laid as a seed to rise again and bear much fruit. Paradise is not lost, but found again. In this way, the death and the resurrection of Jesus are the foundation of a spirituality of integral ecology, outside of which the words of faith have no hold on reality, and the words of science remain outside the heart. Quote, "Ecological culture cannot be reduced to a series of urgent and partial responses to the immediate problems of pollution, environmental decay, and depletion of natural resources. There needs to be a distinctive way of looking at things, a way of thinking, policies, an educational program, a lifestyle, and a spirituality, which together generate resistance," end quotes. This is from Laudato Si 111 from Pope Francis. For this reason, when you speak of an ecological conversion, which Christians cannot separate from the reversal of course that Jesus asks of them. A sign of this is Mary's turning around on that Easter morning. Only by conversion after conversion do we pass through that veil of tears to the New Jerusalem. This passage, which begins in the heart and is spiritual, changes history, engages us publicly, and activates solidarity that now protects people and creatures from the longings of wolves in the name of the power of the Lamb Shepherd. In this way, the sons and daughters of the Church can now meet millions of young people and other men and women of goodwill who have heard the cry of the poor and the earth, letting it touch their hearts. There are also many people who desire, through a more direct relationship with creation, a new harmony that will lead them beyond so many divisions. On the other hand, still, quote, "The heavens are telling of the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night declares knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words. Their voice is not heard, yet their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world," end quotes. That's from Psalm 18, verses 1-4, or 19 if you take the most English Bibles. chapter numberings. May the Spirit give us the ability to listen to the voice of those who have no voice. We will see then that the eyes do not see, that garden or paradise do not yet see. So what the eyes do not yet see, that garden or paradise, which we will only reach by welcoming and fulfilling our own task. And then here are the special greetings of the Holy Father after this. I'm happy to welcome this morning the English-speaking pilgrims and visitors, especially those from England, Ireland, Senegal, Uganda, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Vietnam, and the United States of America. A special greeting to the students and faculty from Xavier University of Louisiana and the University of Dallas, Texas, with prayerful good wishes with that the present Jubilee of Hope may be for you and your families a time of grace and spiritual renewal. I invoke upon all of you the joy and peace of our Lord Jesus Christ.